Three best places where you can share your lead magnet online. So, if you've gone to the effort of creating an awesome lead magnet to try and generate leads online, build your list, and you're thinking, well, now I've created it, what do I do with it? Where do I share it? How can I get people to see it? And so that's where today I'm going to be giving you some of my best places where you can very easily share this online so you can start bringing people into your online ecosystem that I was talking about in the last episode. And so it's going to help people to sign up really easily, help people see the effort that you've gone to so you can maximize that. All right. And start building your list with interested prospects and let them know who you are and what awesome stuff you do. So my name is Jenny Stevens. Welcome to this week's episode of the Brilliantly You Business Show. Really happy to have you here and to dive into talking about this stuff. It's like my favorite stuff to do. It's my favorite stuff to talk about. And so I'm excited to be able to give you the simplest and easiest places where you can get that lead magnet out there. And now, if you're not sure what a lead magnet is, I'll talk a little bit about that as well in the beginning. But first off, I just want to say hello. And if you're watching this on the replay, just comment in #replay. And also, again, join in this conversation with me, whether it's live or it's the recording. It does not matter. I will come back and I'll reply and respond to all of your comments as soon as I can, whenever you are watching this. And if we are meeting for the first time, firstly, hi, welcome. So nice to have you here. My name is Jenny Stevens, and I help coach and train other online business owners to help them attract their perfect customers by being brilliantly them, brilliantly you, by part of it's going to be kind of, I guess, a little bit of what I'm going to be talking about today, but it's really about helping you to attract your perfect customers and clients by being yourself and utilizing these kinds of methods where you can leverage your time. So I help you create more leverage with your talents, your time, and your trust, and help you to make more sales and impact without the self-doubt. So I help you with the marketing and the mindset piece because that's what it takes, isn't it, to build a business online. So you'll learn lots of social media tips, helping you to create more systems and leverage and automation, and doing it all with the confidence to be brilliantly you. So this week we're talking about lead magnets and where's the best place to share it, right? And if you're not sure what a lead magnet is, then this will be a great video for you to kind of save and you can come back to later when you do actually create that, if that's something that you want to do, which I highly recommend that you do. When you're looking to build your business online, creating a freebie, a lead magnet, is an amazing way, and it's an effective way to be able to have interested people, the right kinds of people raising their hand and saying effectively, yes, I'm interested in what you do. It's the best way to stop wasting your time, to create more leverage, and be able to build a list of those interested people so you can then follow up with. So it's a really powerful way. And when I started utilizing this inside of my own marketing strategy, it was a game changer. So I love teaching about this stuff. And so when people do this, you might create some kind of freebie. And I'm not going to go into the different kinds of lead magnets and stuff that you can create. That can be for another episode. I think I do have an episode actually on that I did a while ago. So you might be able to go and check out my other videos or on my blog for tips on that. But right now, like I say, this week I want to focus on what do you do once you've created it? Where the hell do you actually share it? And there's three of the kind of the best places that are the quickest, simplest, and easiest for you to be able to implement right now if you have something that you have created, or maybe you're in the middle of it, maybe you're kind of in the process of creating something, or it's something that you want to do soon. Then you can have this, that you can save easily to come back to and know, okay, cool, I know that I can utilize this. And some of these might be obvious to you, but you don't ever want to assume, right? You know what they say about assuming? It makes an ass of you and me. So I never want to assume. So just in case you don't know any of these, then hopefully you'll find this episode super valuable. So the first place, and it's kind of one, but it's can be stretched as much as you like in a way. So the first place that I recommend you absolutely need to be sharing your lead magnet. And I'm not talking about the physical lead magnet, like if it's a PDF or if it's a webinar or if it's a video series. I'm not talking about actually sharing the actual thing. I'm talking about a link to it. So a link to the page that you'll create that's going to tell people what it is, why they need to get it, how it's going to benefit them. And then people are going to then have a way to be able to actually opt in and sign up for it with their name and email address. So you want to be able to take that link and share it in places that are going to make the most sense. And the first one is on your social media profiles. And you might think, well, that's just obvious, Jenny, duh. But you'll be surprised how many, Instagram bios, Facebook pages, and different things that I see that people aren't utilizing that space. So that's why, like I say, I'm not going to assume that people know because I see it. I saw one the other day and I was like, they're not even utilizing that space where you can put a link. So utilize your social media profiles. So specifically, your Instagram bio. Obviously, you don't get much space, but with your Instagram bio, there is a space for one single link. Okay, so what you can do is you could have a link to your lead magnet and make sure that in your bio, you actually, put a piece of text above it that says something like grab my free resource or whatever. So you're actually kind of telling people, go and click that link underneath to get something. All right. So you could just add in the link directly to the sign up page to that. Alternatively, if you've got a few different things that you want for people to be able to see that you do, you can create a link where you can have multiple things. So a good site for that is Linktree. I think it's got a dot in there somewhere, but if you Google Linktree, you'll be able to find it. It's a free thing, and it allows you to be able to create multiple things like blocks, and so you could have one that is for your freebie, one that is for following you on your social profiles. Maybe one is to book a call with you. Whatever you do, you could have one to your product or service. So that's a great way of utilizing that single link as well. So it can have your freebie in there. So whenever you promote it, you can, on Instagram specifically, you can say, head to the link in my bio and you'll see where you can sign it up for that in there. So say two options, either just send them straight to your freebie, or you can utilize something like Linktree. There's a few different sites where you can create something like that. I've actually recently created a page on my website that looks like that, that I added to my website, which is cool. So just add it into your Instagram bio if you're using Instagram. And obviously any of these that I mentioned, if you're not on those platforms, then don't worry about it. But these are just some examples. Your Facebook profile. So, on both your business page and your personal profile, you can add in a link to a website. So if you want, again, if you don't have a website, put the link to your capture page where they can sign up for your freebie. On your Facebook business page, you get the button. You can have a call to action button, which is at the top of your page. If you want to, you can put it in there. You've got a website link. So again, there's so many different places that you can add it. If you're on TikTok, again, add a link. I don't think it's a clickable link in TikTok, but again, I put this link that goes to a page on my website, kind of like the Linktree. So you could add a Linktree link in there as well. Or if it, again, is just that single link. So basically, anywhere that you can put a link on your social profiles, do it. So because people are going to check you out. If people come across you online, they're going to check you out. They're going to maybe see if you're on other platforms or wherever you are hanging out. Utilize every piece of real estate. I say that in because we don't call it real estate here in England, but it's just a term that everybody kind of knows. But utilize any useful, valuable space. LinkedIn, all these different profiles. Make sure that in a prominent place where you can add a link to your lead magnet, do it. So that's going to be the simplest and easiest way for you to be able to share that. Okay. The second place, and again, might be obvious, but again, who knows? There might be some people that don't really know where to put it or how and stuff like that. So, and that is for number 2, it's adding it to your website. Making sure, again, it is really obvious and clear and people can't miss it. So if you have a website, making sure it's on your homepage somewhere. You might have it a couple of different places. So on my website, for example, underneath my kind of main hero image where, there's a picture of me and kind of my little tagline with what I do. Then underneath, I've got a banner which talks about, and I update it depending on what's relevant. So right now I've got it that's linking to my masterclass that I'm actually doing tonight. So if you want to sign up for my free masterclass I'm doing tonight, I'll give you the link in here as well, but it's also on my website. And so I will update it if I'm doing some new thing. And I have my kind of standard lead magnets that are more for kind of anytime. And then like for this, I've got a live thing that I'm doing. So it's going to be time sensitive. I'll replace it with a new one. So definitely utilize your website. So I have it in kind of like a banner. And then I also have like a little button up in my menu at the top. So if you can go and you can have a look on my website for ideas, go to jennystevenscoaching.com and you'll be able to see how I have it on my website. And I have a little button up in my menu that, again, so right now it says free masterclass. Other ones I've got, it might say free checklist or free cheat sheet or free videos, whatever. I want it to be easy for people to see, and people are going to go, oh, what's this? And then they can click on it and see what it's about. So add it to your website. You can create banners for your blogs if you're creating blogs and stuff like that. So have a think about, but especially the first page that people see, you want to have some kind of call to action that is going to prompt them to take the next step. If that's your lead magnet, or it might be that you want to get people on a call on the phone or on Zoom or whatever to talk to people, then you can utilize that for that purpose as well. All right. So get it onto your website. The third place then to where to share your lead magnet once you've created it is any posts. Again, you might think it's obvious, but again, this piece, when people are creating social media posts, so many people forget this or they miss it out. Or maybe they're just a bit scared to actually make an offer. Some people get scared and are put off by making some kind of offer, even if it's free. And so they actually will, whether it's intentional or if it's sort of subconscious, but they won't actually put it out there. So make sure that when you are doing posts, whether it's live streams, Facebook lives, Instagram lives, whatever, written posts, pre-recorded videos, IGTVs, YouTube videos, reels, TikToks, stuff like that, you want to give a call to action. And with IGTV, I mean, probably more so with IGTV than kind of reels and TikTok, because you can actually have a clickable link in those. So whatever kind of post you're doing, you want to give a call to action of some sort. And I've got another great episode where I give you some awesome kind of killer call to action that you can utilize on your post. So go and check that out. And I'll put the link to that episode in the show notes of this week's episode. So I have a resources section in every single episode of the Brilliantly You Business Show. So I give you the replay of this, a written version, and then I give you any resources that I mentioned, whether it's other episodes, other blog posts, or any kind of freebies or any courses or any resources basically that are related. So you can get those show notes. Or if you're watching this video later on and it's a replay, check around on the description, wherever it is on this video, for where you might be able to find the link to that. So any post that you want to do, you will give some kind of call to action. Obviously, we're focusing on your lead magnet right now. Obviously, there are other kinds of call to actions that you can give, but make sure that, if you are giving some tips in a written post or a live or a video, that you tell people what to do next. So I just gave you an example of what I just mentioned about my show notes. If you want to get those, then let me know. It can be very, very simple. And then you can obviously add a link to your lead magnet in the comments, or it might be in the description. So again, especially like I will add any links to the description of this after this video. When I repurpose this video and this episode on other platforms, on YouTube and Instagram, I will add a link to that lead magnet or whatever it is in the place where I can. So written posts, give a call to action, and you can put the link in the comments. That's sometimes effective to help with, because you know what Facebook's like. They don't like people going off the platform. So you can add it. So sometimes if your link is in the actual description, they give it less reach. So you can add it in the comments. In a video, obviously, like I just did, you can say, if you would like to get my awesome freebie, comment below and I'll send it to you, or check the link that's in the comments, or I've put a link in the description. You can go and check that out. There's various different things that you can do, and then you're having people raise their hands. You're not having to go out chasing people. You're not having to go out trying to find someone who is actually interested. They are coming to you. And that's the beauty of attraction marketing, and really learning how to utilize social media, how to utilize your online presence, where you're going to help people, provide value, and elevate your authority with those people. And say in IGTV, you can put a clickable link. That's the only place on Instagram, apart from the bio, where there's actually a clickable link. In normal posts, people can't click on it. You can still put the link to it. So try and make your links easy to remember. Like if you have like a bit.ly link where it's bit.ly/3594, you're not necessarily going to remember that. So try and make your links as easy as possible, where you can say it, and also where people can do that, or tell people copy and paste this link if it's not a clickable area. So anywhere where you can add a link, whatever kinds of posts you're doing, tell people what you've got. And if they want to learn more about it, if they want to get even more tips from you on a certain topic, and your lead magnet does that, tell them, do this next step and you'll get that, or let me know and I will send that to you. Things like that you can do. So always give a call to action. It's going to make, and the easiest kind of process you can make it for people to do. Have a think about that. So think about, how might you be able to make it as easy as possible? If you make people jump through too many hoops, they might just not bother. So try and make it super easy for people to take that next step. All right. So really simple. Anybody, you can, you don't have to be a whiz. You don't have to have a huge following. You don't have to have all these things, but these are the easiest, quickest ways to be able to share your lead magnet as soon as it's ready. Get it out there. Don't be afraid to put it out there, because people, the more people will find you online, the more people see more of your posts and stuff. And the more you tell people, hey, I've created this amazing checklist, or this amazing video series, or this amazing masterclass, and you can get the replay, whatever it is, tell people about it. And at least by having it utilized on those places, so especially on your social profiles and on your website, if people are just being nosy and curious about you and they're checking you out, it's right there in front of them. They can't miss it. So if they are like, oh yeah, I really like the way that Susanna does things, or I really like the way that Janice does things, I really like the way that David does things, whoever you are, then they'll be more curious to check things out. Okay. And obviously, there are more places that you can add this, but I wanted to keep this simple because that's what we want. We want simple, easy things that you can do. So it makes it easy for your audience to find you and to take that next step and really get to see what it is that you can help people with, what it is that you specialize in, what it is that you love to help people with. That's your opportunity. That lead magnet is that it's a great first impression, to kind of taking someone from just curious about you to having that bit of a small commitment by giving you their email address. And it's going to help you to build your list of interested people. You've got leads there that you can now really easily follow up with. So the more places you can put that lead magnet out and keep driving people to that link, you are on to a winner. So I'm going to be diving into this even more and showing more of the ecosystem that I was talking about in the last episode, including in how does this lead magnet even work in terms of the bigger picture. So if you're curious and you would like to learn a little bit more about this, if you're thinking of creating a lead magnet or you've created one recently, but you're still not quite sure with how it all fits together and stuff, or you just want to learn more about how I build my business, and maybe there's some things that you haven't quite come across before, you might get some awesome tips, then definitely join me on my masterclass. So obviously, as of recording this live video right now, it's happening tonight. If you're watching this and it's after when the replay has closed, again, still check around this video. It might be that I create a wait list or something for the next time that I run it, if I'm going to do it again. So just kind of have a look around and I'll create some way to kind of help you out with this topic. All right. And also in the show notes, I'll put some awesome resources there for you as well. Obviously, if this has ended. All right. So definitely join me. It's going to be awesome. This is the stuff I love geeking out on. This is my jam, talking about how to leverage your time more. So this masterclass is called How to Double Your Sales Without Doubling Your Workload. So it's all about leverage. I am all about making sure that you aren't on the verge of burnout, that you are utilizing your time, you are utilizing your online presence. And that's what I'm going to be diving into in this masterclass. So it's going to be awesome. So get all the details and you can register for free with that link in there. So I can't wait. So yeah, definitely check that out. And also, like I say, the show notes, I'll put some extra resources for you. So if you want more help with this and the masterclass has ended, get the show notes. Alternatively, all of my episodes get added into my Facebook group. So you can join that as well to get all of those replays. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you found this useful. I hope it's given you some easy action steps that you can add. You can very easily get this out there. And if you haven't got yourself a lead magnet, then we can chat and I can let you know, again, some helpful next steps for you with how you can do that. All right. But at least now you know some of the easiest places where you can share that, get that out into the world. Don't be afraid to let people know that you've got something awesome and valuable that's going to help them. At the end of the day, you're running a business, and some people get a bit scared by actually offering something, whether it's for free or if it's paid. And so this is that first step to really helping you to start gaining traction, to start building a list of people that you know are your kind of ideal audience. They're your ideal target market, and they're actually raising their hand to say, yes, I want to know more. And what more could you want, rather than just hearing crickets, rather than just being ignored, rather than just feeling like, oh my God, I just can't seem to find interested people. This is your winner. All right. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you found this useful. If you did, just comment in #value. Feel free to share any kind of little takeaways that you have. And share the love. If you think anyone else would find this useful, comment, tag them in, share this with anybody else. Share the love. It's always appreciated. So thank you so much. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. I will see you next week for another episode of the Brilliantly You Business Show. Make it an awesome rest of your day, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.